one crystal can be enough. If you don't have to have a bazillion crystals to be healed from crystals. I started my crystal healing with just a few crystals. And I'll be honest with you, Ashley, I don't keep a lot of crystals in my house, or I only have the few that I really resonate with, and those are the ones that I use.
Hello, Mystics, and welcome to the Occult Unveiled. I'm Ashley Ryan, your host, and this week I am so happy to introduce to you Amy Pierce from the Crescent Cast. She is an incredibly knowledgeable crystal extraordinaire. Welcome, Amy. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me today.
I start out all of our episodes with a tarot reading. Would you be interested in one?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to do a past, present, future for your trip since you're traveling right now. If you would please close your eyes and focus on the trip. Okay, so in your past, we have the Four of Wands, and this indicates connection. This card is sometimes known as the marriage card. I don't think you're getting married, but I think you're having a homecoming, a welcoming, a reconnection with family, as well as a celebration.
Yeah.
In your present, we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, this card denotes a kind of suffering, but what we can take from this is recognizing that the stained glass windows in this card represent a church, and that at any time we can reconnect to our spirituality, to our faith, and the divine in order to start over and reset. There's no reason for you to be out in the cold here. And in your future, we have the Nine of Pentacles. What a wonderful card. We see that you're standing in your garden filled with grapes, with your birds, and all of this prosperity around you. So I hope that you will be able to, in your future, remember that as you carry the heaviness of the Five of Coins with you.
Nice.
Wonderful.
It makes total sense.
Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. Amy, I love the videos that you have created with Crescent Cast crystals. I have learned so much from you. Where'd you get your knowledge? How did you become the crystal extraordinaire?
Thank you. I have gotten all of my crystal knowledge just by being 100% in the crystal arena, and I've been enjoying just learning. Now, to become a crystal healer, I was able to go to the Love and Light School, and there are many schools out there that you can learn about crystals.
So what does it mean to use crystals in your healing practice? Am I like laying down and you're putting crystals on me, or what does that look like?
It can look like that, yes. As I look at your chakras and I look to see what chakras are not clear, I'm going to put the corresponding stones on you, on your body. Yes, you're going to lay there, and those crystals are going to be there giving you the energy that you need to clear those chakras.
Oh, okay. That's really cool. And what other ways do we use crystals just in general? Like, I know that people use them for healing. What do you use them for?
I use them to keep my positive energies around me. I wear them on both of my arms, and I keep them. A lot of people will keep them in their pockets. Some ladies keep them in their bras.
Yeah.
But actually, but keep them in your pockets. Keep them. You need to keep them about 4 feet around you in order for them to work. They should be within 4 feet of you. So you can even keep them in your bag and carry your bag with you. Put them on your table next to you. Yeah,
that's so cool.
All of those places can work.
So using the crystals, it affects my chakras and my aura to clear out like negativity that I may be carrying, but it's also to bring things in, right?
Yes. It also can bring in the positive and bring in the energy. There are lots of crystals out there that will bring the energy to you as well. The black crystals are the ones that block out the negativity, but they also bring in the positivity.
Okay. So, like, for example, when I use crystals, one of the things that I do is I place them around my spell in order to enhance them. Now,
Yes.
I learned that you have like a section of your house that's dedicated to like prosperity. What does that look like?
Yeah. So if you go in the front door of your house, all the way in the left hand corner of your house, not the room
Okay.
that you're opening to, but the very left hand corner of your house. In this house, it's the laundry room. It might be your bathroom. But you would
Hmm.
put crystals in that area, the very far left hand corner of your house. There you would use crystals for prosperity, so mostly crystals that are green to bring in the abundance that you want. Pyrite is also a good one. It's not green, but it's very good for abundance.
It's shiny. It makes sense.
Yeah, it is. And then in the right hand corner of your house is your relationship corner. And
Oh.
there you want to put crystals that are going to bring love and energy into your house. You might want to bring a little bit of passion into your house. So you would put carnelian in that corner. You could put rose quartz or rhodonite for love,
Mm.
anything that's pink or red you would be a really good crystal to put, yes, in your relationship corner.
Okay. And I don't know what your practice is like, but we program crystals. Did you ever learn to do that? Do you know, like, have you taught people that?
Absolutely. Yes. I love to program my crystals. So I will sit with my crystal and I will be very quiet, very meditative. If you have a meditation practice, you can use it in your meditation, but you'll just focus on that crystal and give it your intention. You might even speak that intention out loud to the crystal and say, "This is what I would like you to do for me." And then that crystal knows exactly why you have it and what your intention is for using it.
Okay. Do you mind if we practice this with my rose quartz?
Sure. First of all,
Okay.
what would you like for the rose quartz to do?
I'm working on releasing repressed anger and showing myself more self love.
Love it. So, what you would ask that crystal to do is bring more of the loving energy into your vibration and into your aura and just close to you, and just concentrate on it and ask it for that self love and that attention that it can bring for you.
Do I need to hold it to a certain part of my body or is it my hands okay?
You don't necessarily need to, but if you want to hold it close to your heart for your heart chakra,
Mm,
that will also help.
okay.
If you want to involve your heart chakra, hold it very close to your heart and just be thinking about the love that you want to bring into your presence and into your aura, and just ask for that from that crystal, and it will be there for you.
Okay, so I'm going to speak out loud to the universe.
Yes.
I ask my angels and my guides and the energy of the earth through this rose quartz to bring me self love and self understanding to permeate my aura and cleanse my heart and my mind. And as I was like thinking about my intention, I was imagining putting my breath into the crystal.
Nice. Yeah, very good. And I was sending you as much as I could as well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So when do I need to charge this crystal again or set the intentions?
You will know when it's time, because if it has been cleansed, it will feel very cool to the touch. and
Mm.
it will start to feel heavier and heavier, and it will start to feel warmer and warmer. And as it gets warm and heavy, it is absorbing all of that energy that you need it to absorb. And so it's time to cleanse it.
Okay. And
There
then
is a chance that it has absorbed and done its job for you. And so it is time to release that crystal back.
interesting.
Yeah. If it breaks, tell it thank you because it did what it needs to do. And then go take it and bury it in a special spot and give it back to the earth.
Okay. And for cleansing it. Now I know there's, some crystals can be cleansed by the sun, some can't, can be cleansed by moonlight. What do you recommend? Is it different for each crystal?
No, it's not. It's mostly what works for you the best. Now, there are crystals, including rose quartz, and that should not stay in the sun very long.
Mm-mm. Or
But you
amethyst.
can cleanse it in the sun.
Okay.
Absolutely. Amethyst will also fade. Yes. So you want to be very careful if you put it in the sun. Don't put it in very long, 30 minutes to an hour, 2 at the most, and that the light of the sun will cleanse it. Most people like to put it out in the moonlight. So you would take it out at night before you go to bed and just put it in a nice clear area in a place. Now I live I live in a place that's very, very, very populated, so I can take it outside and put it in the grass, but I can put it out on my balcony in the moonlight. And so as long as the moonlight is able to shine on that stone, it will cleanse it. And then you can leave it out there all night long and then bring it in the morning before that sun is really, really, really shining, somewhere between 7 and 10 a.m. But you don't have to wait for the full moon. If you feel like your crystal needs to be cleansed, you don't need to wait for the full moon. But the full moon will be the very best time.
Okay. Okay. I understand. That makes sense. So I can clean multiple crystals at once. And let's just clarify for our audience here that crystals are natural. These are processes of thousands or millions of years of being in the earth, right?
Yes. They have been there for a very, very, very long time. The earth has heated those up to create all of that beautiful energy that's in all of your crystals. Yes. There
Oh,
are crystals that are created in a lab, and those all the lab does is speed up what the earth did. So usually the
ah.
lab will heat that crystal up to a very high degree and do very quickly what was being done.
Okay. And so are lab crystals necessarily like fake crystals?
So a lot of people feel like the crystals that are made in labs are fake, but it's up to you. It's
Hmm.
up to how you feel about it. If you feel like you're resonating with that crystal, it's okay. And the crystals that are made in labs do have the same healing properties.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Hmm. Now, there are different shapes of crystals. So this one is a raw, this is tumbled, and this one is like a tower. I don't know what to call it. What is this?
It can be called a tower or a point, either one.
So, what are the differences? Like, how each one of these is a different stone with a different texture. How are they used?
They're all pretty much used the same way, but for instance, a tower, the energy is going to go around on the inside and then
Mm.
shoot out the top of that tower. And so, if you want your energy to go upwards for whatever reason, sending it upward into there, you
Mm-hmm.
could use it. Sometimes and you are sometimes you could put it on the top of your head pointing out, and that will help whatever emotions you want to come out will come
Ah.
out. Now, if there are things in the universe that you want to bring in, you could
Mhm.
put the point toward your head, and that will bring it in. So, any of the energies that you want to bring in, you would put it pointing down towards you.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be on your head, it can be on any
Mm.
chakra that you want, but pointing out takes it out of you, pointing towards you brings it in.
Can you tell me some of the stories about people that you've healed? What are some of the problems that you've helped?
I had a person who her grandmother, she actually was in China. She was a patient of mine in China. Her grandmother was in the US, and they were having troubles with some of the family dealing with grandma. And
Mm.
she actually, even though she was in China and in my town, I still did a remote healing for her.
Mhm.
And what I did was I found out what chakras by using a dowsing pendulum.
Dowsing pendulum, a divination tool consisting of a weighted object suspended from a chain that responds to subtle energy vibration, giving access to intuitive insights.
I found out what chakras she needed to have healed, and then I put the stones on a likeness of her,
Mm.
and I pushed away the energy, and I brought in healing energy from the stones that I put on her likeness. And the next day she messaged me and she said, I don't know what you did, but she had to write a letter and she didn't know where to start. She had to write a letter to
Oh,
the court. And she said to me, I don't know what you did, but my letter's done.
that's wonderful. Oh, how that's so cool. So it's like
It was fun.
this stagnant energy got released in that way.
Absolutely.
How do we know when a crystal is fake? So I know that there are certain crystals that get like faked a lot, like malachite, right?
Yes. Malachite always gets faked. And when you can tell when malachite is faked, it's a very bright green. And the banding that's on it is a very dark black. If you look at malachite that's real, the banding is very light. But in the fake, it's like a dark, like somebody took a marker and just really traced those lines. And it's also very light when you pick it up.
Mm,
I was
right.
just in a shop the other day, and I picked it. I was like, oh, this is fake malachite. And I said to her, is this fake? And she said, no, it's real. And I thought, oh, and I just put it down and walked away.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the
Because
best
I
thing you
could
can
tell
do.
it was fake. It was fake. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other ones that get faked are like smoky quartz and clear quartz because it's very
Really?
easy to substitute glass.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. So let's say I'm going into a crystal store. Uh, I know that you've talked about this on TikTok. What are the things I can do to double check to make sure my crystals are real?
Definitely, you can feel the weight of the crystals. If they feel a
Mhm.
little light, probably they're fake. Also, if it's too good to be true on price, it's probably fake. Uh,
Hmm.
the other way that you can tell sometimes is ask the crystal person who's selling the crystals, where is this crystal sourced from? Where did it come from? If it's a good, reputable shop, they should be able to tell you this came from Madagascar, this came from Brazil, this came from
Mhm.
China, and they should know where their crystals came from.
Yeah, those are good because I've seen some pretty interesting ways where people are like taking fire to their crystals and seeing if like soot is made, and I'm like, oh my god, you can't do that in a store.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
One of the things that I do with crystals is that I wear a lot of obsidian because I want to create blocks for myself, especially when after I'm doing tarot readings or any kind of healing work, and I'm really open and receptive. I need that extra barrier to protect myself from other people's energies coming in.
Yes. I actually, every day in the stream, I have a bracelet of black tourmaline that I wear for exactly the same reason. I know that there's a lot of people bringing a lot of energy into that stream, and I do need that barrier. I expect to be able to empathize with them. I'm a true empath, so I'm really going to absorb all of those emotions. So black tourmaline, any black stone. Obsidian is really good for that. Smoky is really good for that. Any black stone is going to put up that. It's not a barrier. It's not a barrier to push away, but it's a barrier to protect me.
Yeah, it's a block. It's like putting a brick wall in front of you.
Exactly.
So, for some of our listeners who are new to the world of crystals, where do you suggest that they start? What are good crystals that are like starter crystals?
Any crystal that you feel called to. If you go into a crystal shop and you just wander around and you see a crystal and it just says, "Ooh, pick me up," there's a reason. So that crystal might be a good crystal for you to start with. There's really not any set of crystals that is a good starter set. However, if you just don't know where, I do suggest clear quartz, because clear quartz is considered the master healer, and you can give clear quartz any intention for healing. A lot of crystals have a certain intention that they are really good at, but clear quartz is just good.
Yeah.
And amethyst is also my number two. My number two is amethyst because it is also good for so many different intentions. Yes, that one.
I recommend clear quartz to a lot of people as well because it can be easily programmed for many different intentions.
Yep, agree.
So, in the big picture, do you use crystals in other parts of your craft like tarot or anything like that?
I am just learning tarot. I'm actually learning the Lenormand.
Oh, okay.
I'm learning to read Lenormand. Yeah. And so I haven't started using crystals in it because I'm just learning it all.
Yeah, I use crystals to cleanse. So this is my selenite. And I put it on the top after every question because I want it to cleanse. So I'll put it on here for like 5 or 10 seconds. And then the other side to make sure that the deck is nice and cleaned and I'm not picking up old energies.
Nice. I love it. Selenite is so good for that.
The other thing that I do is when I sleep at night, I'll put certain crystals under my pillow. Especially because I'm working on lucid dreaming.
Lucid dreaming, when the dreamer becomes aware that they are inside of a dream. Ashley, did you know that some of our audience dreams about me?
Well, actually, Pythian, since we're the same person, they're dreaming about both of us.
Same person? Oh, good. We can save on taxes that way.
So lapis lazuli and labradorite under my pillow like help me lucid dream.
100% for sure. For sure. The labradorite can definitely make your dreams vivid. I have been traveling, as you know, and so I've been keeping howlite and amethyst next to my bed because my nights are days and days are nights. I've switched my body around, and so I actually do want to try and sleep. So I add howlite and amethyst, and I keep it next to my bed for sleeping. So I understand. Labradorite is absolutely going to make your dreams vivid.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite stones. It just enhances all of your magic.
It does. It does.
And so you were talking about how crystals are correlated to different chakras. So does that have to do with their vibration or their color or what?
The colors corresponds to your chakra, and the color goes in the color of a rainbow from the bottom to the top.
Oh,
so
okay.
Each chakra point has its own color.
So, how can crystals be mainstreamed into a healthy lifestyle?
Basically, all you need to do is carry them with you. If you choose to wear them, if you choose to uh, put them on your body in in any way, or put them near you, you can set them on your desk. You can have them within about 4 feet if you really want to vibrate with your crystals and get the most out of them and the most vibration that you can. Wear them, have them near you, put them in your purse, in your pocket,
Hmm.
and that gets the most out of it for you.
Yes, I definitely carry stones with me all the time. I sleep with them. I did want to just like
Yep.
let people know, and I'm sure you know this as well, Amy, is that we don't want to drink water that's been infused with crystals. It's a really cute idea, but dangerous. Can you tell us why?
100%. 100%. Uh, a lot of crystals, for instance, a lot of people want to put labradorite into water, but it has labradorite has some poisons in it that if that you don't want to ingest that, and so you just need to be really, really careful. Now, there are ways to ingest water, but don't put the crystal in the water.
When these are they're created in a specific way, and there's micro fissures in here that have all kinds of chemicals and stuff that we can't see with our naked eye. So don't lick your crystals, don't drink them. Just there's lots of other ways to use them. When we're healing with crystals, I do you have to have a lot of crystals, or is one crystal enough?
For me personally, one crystal can be enough. If
Hmm.
you don't have to have a bazillion crystals to be healed from crystals. I started my crystal healing with just a few crystals, and I'll be honest with you, Ashley. I don't keep a lot of crystals in my house, or I only have the few that I really resonate with, and those are the ones that I use.
I
My
don't
house
have
is
a
too
ton of
small.
crystals either. I know, mine is too. I have a handful, and they're often gifted to me because some people will say, like, oh, this reminded me of you. And I'm always grateful for them. And like I said, I use them a lot in
Mhm.
spell work. But, it's so easy to get caught up in the materialism of crystals. Is like, oh, I need every one in order to like heal myself. Well, that's why we talked about programming intention.
Yeah, yeah, it's for sure. Um, I I'll be honest with you, I'm around crystals all day, every day, and there are certain crystals that call out to me within the stock that's in our warehouse, and I'll pick those up, and I might take it home with me, but then I get home and I decide what crystal I want to take back. And
Right.
so my inventory is constantly changing.
Oh, that's so cool. It's like a library for Rent a Crystal. I love that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that it's so easy for us to get caught up in materialism and knowing that you don't need to have a huge budget to be able to do crystal healing. Can you share with us how you
Right.
tap into the energy of a crystal? Like, what is your process for doing that?
For me, it's the meditation, and my meditation is a lot different than most people. For me, I just sit quiet, and I don't I don't know. I just sit quiet, and I just imagine myself feeling the energy of that crystal and vibrating with it. And you can start to feel yourself just getting in sync with that crystal. Go ahead and breathe deep, and that crystal is actually going to start to breathe with you. And
Oh.
everything just you start to feel that cycle of energy along with your crystal, and then you know that are you are vibrating with
Mhm. That's so cool. So anyone can work with crystals.
anyone. Yep.
You just need to be able to focus and tune into it.
Yes, you just need to be able to get your energy going with it. But but it's just as a matter of concentrating and feeling that it it's like breathing the same as your partner. If you have a partner and
Mm,
you are with them and you're breathing the same and feeling that same energy together, it's the same as with the crystal. You just breathe with it and it gets you.
yeah, and it's such a beautiful way to connect to the earth.
Mhm. It
Yeah.
is. And there is a certain amount of healing that goes with that connection that comes to the earth.
Hmm. What do you think a world would look like if everyone was able to connect and work with crystals?
Oh man, that would be a beautiful world, wouldn't it?
Hmm. I think a lot more people would be able to slow down and focus.
Yeah, and love also.
Hmm. Yeah, being able to connect to ourselves better, to the earth better, and to each other better.
Definitely to each other. Yeah. Just just feeling all of that connection and all of that love together is it's we feel it when we're in stream whether we acknowledge it or not. We're all in sync with each other because we're around all these crystals and it's a fun
Oh, that's
time.
beautiful. Well, Amy, thank you so much for joining us today. Can you please tell our listeners where they can find you and the Crescent Crystal Cast?
We are Crescent Cast USA on TikTok.
All right. And are you on Instagram as well?
We are, yes, we are Crescent Cast on Instagram and we are Crescent Cast on Facebook as well. Oh, and YouTube.
Yes, I have learned so much. I recommend that everyone go check out their TikTok. And again, thank you so much, Amy, for joining me today. It has been such a pleasure.
Thank you, Ashley. I've had a good time.
And until next time, Mystics, stay magical. The Occult Unveiled is produced by F Street Productions and M is for Magic. Our executive producers are Ashley Ryan, Michael A. Simon, and Scott Kushner. Our show is produced by Deborah Simon. Our audio producer is Bill Schultz. Our talent booker is Perry Turcott. Laura Kaufman is our coordinator. Thank you for listening, and for more information on any of the topics you heard today, plus really cool links and ways to learn about Ashley, Pythian, and all of our guests, go to theoccultunveiled.com website. The Occult Unveiled, copyright 2023.